believes I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Hello. Good. I guess we're probably in afternoon right now. Good afternoon. Or wherever you are, evening. Maybe it's the next day. Who knows? Wherever you are, hello. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. So, first off, before I get into what's been keeping me up, I want to say I know my last episode got a little crazy. I ran amok. I got a little heated, fired up, and I understand. I'm not going to apologize, but I will say I understand that it probably put off a lot of people. Maybe people stopped listening. Maybe it offended people. I don't know. But the reason I'm not going to apologize is when I started this podcast, I said that it was going to be unedited. It was going to be a journal of like a personal journal that I was going to share all of my emotions uncensored, unedited, and that this is me. This is how I'm feeling at that moment. That's how I was feeling at that moment. It's still how I'm feeling. It hasn't gone away. I'm still feeling that way. Did I yell? Did I cuss? Did I get fired up? Yes. You know, if I were yelling at a person, if I were screaming and yelling at a person, if I were harming somebody, if I was doing something that was unsafe, if I was threatening someone's life, then I would apologize. But, you know, we have feelings for a reason. We have anger and frustration for a reason. We cry and have our emotions, you know, I mean, our emotions are there because they're healthy to express them. It's not healthy if you're harming somebody. It's not healthy if someone's safety or your safety is at risk. It's not healthy to be screaming and yelling in somebody's face. But when you are by yourself talking into a microphone and out to others and you're not threatening anybody, I'm not going to apologize for that because it's how I felt then and it's how I still feel. But I'm sure that it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And if that's the case, then I understand totally. I sometimes get on here and I cry and I talk about my mom. And sometimes I get on here and I cry and I talk about addiction. Sometimes I talk about my dogs. Sometimes I talk about politics and how frustrated I am about how our country, which way our country is headed. So you never know. You know, so again, I'm sure that there are some people that stopped following, or maybe it was the first time someone tuned in and they were like, yikes, that bitch is crazy. We are not listening to her again. And I get it. I get it. Anyway, just wanted to get that out and and just say that I will not apologize for my emotions unless they harm somebody or it's unsafe, you know. At any rate, my dog is currently trying to escape to come out to see me. So today, what is on my mind right now? What has been keeping me up? What is keeping me from sleeping and counting sheep? A couple of things. Alcoholics. Yes, we are on that topic again. Alcoholics. Only a little different. It's hard when you have known someone for a long time because maybe they are a family member. Maybe they are your spouse, significant other. Maybe they're your sibling, you know, family member. Maybe they're a really good friend that you've known for an extensive period of time, and you've learned their behaviors, and you've learned their body language and their tone, and just you've learned what makes them tick. And you've learned signs of when they're happy and sad and holding something in and not telling you something. And you learn signs of when they're depressed or lying. And it gets frustrating when you do know somebody and you know that they're not telling you the truth, and you try to give them several opportunities to do so. When you try very hard to go out of your way to give different ways, numerous ways in which they could come clean and save face and tell the truth. Oh my God, my dogs, just a minute. Oh gosh. Anyways, when you give someone just so many chances to come clean and save face and be honest and salvage your trust, and they don't. And you don't necessarily have hardcore evidence. It's mainly circumstantial, but then you have a little nugget of something that's not so circumstantial, and you're like, It's really frustrating because I feel like when you are an addict, you're just always on self-preservation mode. And I think there's a dash of narcissism in addicts. And there are certain people that I know that are more concerned with their pride than they are about being truthful. And they'd rather gaslight people and make people think they're crazy and turn the tables on them when they get called out on something, instead of just admitting it. Instead of just saying, you know what, you're right. You're right. You caught me. I don't know why I didn't tell you the truth. I don't know why I didn't talk about it, but you're right. You caught me. Instead, they do everything they can to turn the tables and make you look like you're just crazy and make you look like the biggest piece of crap because you even thought such a thing. How could you think such a thing? How could you possibly accuse your loved one who you know so well? And how could you think I would ever lie or deceive you? How could you think I would hold things back and not tell you things? I tell you everything. You must be crazy. You must be just taking things out on me. You must have had a bad day. And because you've had a bad day, you're taking things out on me. Love that move. I love the whole turn the tables thing. Eye off the ball. Eye off the ball. The classic alcoholic thing. And then they get really angry. I mean, just like out of control, pissed off, and throw things or slam doors and stuff and act like they're just so pissed that you could even possibly do that. No matter what it is, though, it's never, you're right. You caught me red-handed. I'm sorry. I need to work on that. I need to talk to you. We should have better communication. I should have better communication. I should trust that it's okay to talk to you. But my God, it pisses me off when they gaslight you. How could you think that? You must be PMSing. You must be tired and not be getting sleep. You must have had a bad day and you're taking it out on me. You must, and then insert excuse after excuse here. Insert another excuse. Anything to turn the tables and twist things around. Manipulation. God, that annoys me, and it makes me angry because I go above and beyond for people. And then I think, well, I'm choosing to be in this situation. It's my choice. I could get out of it. I could totally get out of it. And then I think, well, I've been down that road before, and that's a pain in the ass. And things are a lot more complicated now. But that doesn't mean you can't do something just because something's hard. I preach that all the time. Just because it's hard doesn't mean impossible, and it's not. And I've done it. I've done it before. But then you think, well, God, I just want that person to talk, and we just need to talk, and we can rebuild. And, you just go round and round and round and round, and you never know when to just go, fuck. I've known in the past, and I guess you just know when you know. And I hate that. I hate when you have plans for your life and then they just completely derail. I'm a planner. I am OCD. I am type A. I don't like surprises. I don't mind change at all if I know about it a little bit in advance. But this is just, I'm so tired of being a pooper scooper. I'm tired of taking my time and my energy and suffering consequences that other people's consequences. I'm tired of having accountability for others. I'm tired of being woken up in the middle of the night to go bail someone out. I'm tired of being woken up in the middle of the night because someone stumbles in because they're completely drunk and they stay up all night throwing up. And then they gamble too much, or they get in a car accident, or they fight and they throw glass at each other, or they punch each other, or the cops get called because they're punching each other, or there's a wreck. My entire life has been that. It has been cops at the house because of fights, cops at the house because of wrecks, cops at the house because someone calls the cops because they can hear fighting. And everything gets broken, walls get punched, glasses get broken. And it's been just constantly people calling, waking up in the middle of the night, having to make sure you put out cigarettes because when people get drunk, they pass out and they forget to put out the cigarettes. And then they wake back up again and they're like, oh, I want a cigarette. That sounds good. And then they try to get a cigarette and then they pass back out again. So I spent many, many, many nights waking up several times so the house didn't burn down, trying to put out cigarettes. And, making my own lunches and finding the answers to my homework and making my own dinners. And, I spent a lot of time at my neighbors. I got close with my neighbors. I started going to church a lot because I felt safe. It was such a community and people genuinely cared, and I knew I was safe. It was weird, though, because I asked a lot of questions at church and I was very annoying. And I'm sure the pastor and everybody hated me because I was very much one that was like, but why? That doesn't make sense. Why? Why? That doesn't make sense. But I loved the music and I loved the people and the community and the safety. Even if I didn't believe in God, I just loved the people and the community and the safety. I loved that it was consistent, it was stable. Man, I miss stability. I go to work and I feel like it's unstable and chaotic. I come home, it's unstable and chaotic. I don't know. I'm 50 and I'm exhausted on another level, I can't tell you the times I just want to go live on my own somewhere, like the movie Into the Wild. I could absolutely do that. I can't go up to Alaska and be on my own and die. That's for sure. I can't do that. The problem is I never ever want to be away from my sons or my grandsons or my grandkids. Do not want to be away from my sons and my grandkids. But at the same time, I don't want to be right next to them. I'm so done, It gets exhausting when you always have to babysit and collect poop and put out fires and take care of yourself while you also get verbally abused and get gaslighted and told how crazy you are for thinking things. And you have to walk on eggshells because a lot of times when alcoholics or addicts get mad, they have anger issues. And you have to constantly worry about things getting broken and your tone and not pissing someone off and phrasing things just are the right way. And somehow when I want to vent, It's me being bitchy. It's not venting. It's just me being bitchy. And then everyone's like, God, I don't understand why you're so crazy all the time. Why are you so uptight all the time? Why are you so depressed and uptight all the time? Why can't you sleep? Why do you have anxiety? Wow, you just need to relax. You need to relax. Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you for noticing that. I do need to relax and I want to relax and I do not want to be type A or full of anxiety. But unfortunately, I'm surrounded by people that are constantly lying all the time and telling me that I'm an asshole, or that people that constantly I have to walk on eggshells because their feelings might get hurt and they might slam a door or something. Or I'm constantly cleaning up after grown people that can't seem to pick up dishes or put garbage away. So, yes, you are correct. I am very, very, very exhausted and I am uptight and I do need to relax. And I would love to. I would love to not be around addicts that constantly lie and don't put in work so that I don't have to constantly do all the work. I work 40 hours a week as well. I am also tired. And then again, I think, well, I'm choosing to deal with this. I'm choosing to deal with it. It is my choice. I need to make a decision. Do I want to continue this? I have options. I have many options. I definitely need to make different decisions and make a plan and stick with that plan. No matter if I get called crazy or horrible or whatever. I just hate it when people are like, I'm more mad that I screwed up and gave away a tell to where you're onto me. I'm mad that you're onto me. I'm mad that I did something wrong to where you noticed I was lying. I'm angry that I got busted because I take it as a failure. Like I'm a failure because I didn't lie well enough. I'm a failure because my tone or something I did gave away my lie. And now I'm mad that I got caught and mad that I basically failed at lying. That's what people get angry about, and that's what makes me mad. They're not actually upset that they hurt someone's feelings or lied to somebody or any of that. No, no, no. God forbid you be upset and apologize and think about the other person. No, instead it's, man, what can I do differently next time so I can get away with it? So annoying. Anyway, sorry, I'm eating blackberries off of my blackberry bush because I started to cut them down and my cat's going bananas. My cat Ragu. Hi, Ragu. Yes, Ragu. The world hears you. Yes. But I'm eating blackberries. Sorry. I'm sure you guys want to listen to me stuffing my face and my cat in the background. But man, so tired of it. You know, everything seems on edge right now. It's like, of course, energy feeds energy, the bad energy goes out into the universe and pretty soon we're all feeding off of each other. And I hate that because that's what's going on right now. There's a bunch of crap going on with America. We have a crap show going on and people are tired. And it's making people want to fight and stand up and be sick. We're sick of it. We don't want to take it anymore. We're not going to take it. No, we ain't going to take it. Anyway. And so, unfortunately, I'm feeling the same way with many, many things. Oh, I don't know. Oh, now that's Hazel. Hi, Hazel Eleanor. She's my teeny little all black kitty was the runt of the litter. And she's a stud. She's an absolute stud muffin. She's our wild kitty. Anyway, Oh, okay. I stopped petting her, and that's unacceptable. And now Ragu's upset because Hazel is getting the love. But anyway, if you've dealt with addicts, you are aware of these things. And it's my choice. Like I said, I preach that all the time. I did this to myself, so it's no one's fault but my own. It's just really exhausting when you put so much effort and time and years into something and then you have to go, well, that was a big fucking waste, you know? I don't know. Anyway, man, last episode I was ranting and raving and got all fired up. This episode, I'm kind of depressing. But again, these are my emotions. This is how I'm feeling. And I said that this podcast was about just that, how I'm feeling, to document my personal experiences. And sometimes I'm going to be yelling and screaming and ranting and raving and on my high horse and on my soapbox. And other times I'm talking about my dogs and happy stuff. And sometimes I'm talking about addiction and depressing stuff, you know? And sometimes you can hear my cat. Sometimes you hear my dog. Sometimes you hear the wind chimes. You know, you just don't know. At any rate, my last episode, I got a little cuckoo. And again, that's what emotions are for, to feel them, to go through them, to experience them. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as they're not unhealthy, then go through it. And again, just don't live in it, right? And I'm not living in it. I'm still frustrated, but I'm not screaming and yelling. So that's good. Oh, just decisions. You know, it's like 1 minute I'm planning on moving, and next minute I'm like, I don't know. And it's like looking up places to move to. And then it's like, well, I don't know. It's crazy. Life changes very quickly. You just never know. And what is it on Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Life moves pretty fast. And if you don't, no, I'm butchering it. I don't remember how it goes. But anyway, insert Ferris Bueller quote here. All right. That's all I got. That is what I'm throwing down today. That's how I'm feeling. Holy cow. And hey, if you're struggling, I'm sorry. I understand. I get it. I 100% understand. I guess I only understand depending on what you're struggling with. I don't understand if you're struggling with, I don't know. My brain's dead. I can't think of anything good. But basically, if you're struggling, I'm sorry. Just remember you have choices. Some choices are a lot harder than others. Some choices require a lot of work and time and energy, a lot of thought and planning. Other choices you can do right away, right now. Make your pros and cons list. And just remember you don't have to be unhappy. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of The Ramblings of an Insomniac. Until next time.